Hash Info. How you doing? What's really going on? Did you guys hear about Tupac? Tupac is down. I repeat, Tupac is down. Over. Let's see what we can pull up on Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. Not Like Us. We're going to do a remix. I don't even know if I can sing this song. There's probably so many bad words in this song. But it's on YouTube, so let's play it. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us lyrics. Alright, here we go. We're going to do a remix while I eat toast. This is my new thing. This is a Drake diss. Now, did you hear The Weeknd has come out to even also add diss tracks as well with Kendrick? And The Weeknd is from Canada, as is Drake. So I don't know what's really going on, but I'll say this. When The Weeknd came out and started throwing diss tracks at Drake too and sticking up for Kendrick, boy, my eyes opened real wide. So, I found that out about 3 days ago, I guess it was. I don't listen to music. I read it. I read that The Weeknd has sided with Kendrick Lamar. And he has created his own tweets and TikToks and whatever else these guys are doing. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't even have Instagram anymore because I think that's for pussies. But you do you. And but for the record, yes, I said the Queen ate babies and as a joke, it was a joke. It was a long joke, but by the end of it, the joke was that the Queen of, eats babies. And it was a joke. Like, it clearly was even worded as a joke. It was funny. It wasn't bad. And Instagram they banned me, or this was like 3 years ago or something. I remember telling this story at a table, a picnic table or something outside one time. But I was really pissed off about it back then, kind of shaken mad. Because they totally did stuff they abused their privileges, right? And this is back then. And this is over a joke. Can you imagine when people start telling the truth about things? So, it's going to be hard to find the truth. So I think The Weeknd's a pretty cool guy. I think Kendrick is super cool. I think the track that I'm about to do a remix of here is super cool. I listened to it. It's just, music is all for fun. There's nothing. But it's an interesting track. I did listen to a little bit of it. I don't understand everything that's in it. And I'm not going to claim to be some guru of rap. But I did like the rhythm of the music, okay? So I'm going to play it. And I don't really like Drake. I think Drake flaunts a lot of stuff. I'm not envious, but I also think that Drake could be a better person. Right? I really do. He sits there and holds thousands of dollars to his ear, and then you had hockey players doing it, and then it's just all it's a conceited attitude, right? And I've seen videos of him driving these phantom Rolls Royces. Again, it's a little bit envious, but again, in a time when nobody has that much, should you be making a rap video about what you have, or should you just keep it kind of on the down low like Snoop Dogg does, right? Snoop Dogg doesn't do this. Snoop's way more laid back than some of these guys are, and Snoop's very rich. You never hear from Dr. Dre. He's loaded, right? But some of them, Diddy is another one. Never had respect for Diddy. Never seen his eyes either, which is scary. But some of them I just don't have any, their worlds are crumbling and crashing. And there's some people that are online crying about Diddy going down, Drake's crumbling, this and that. I'm going to do memes about the Drake and the Kendrick Lamar beef. Today, tomorrow, and the next. I guarantee you they're going viral. But watch and see as I watched a video yesterday that was so epic and so funny. I will let you know now, and I don't know if I'm going to put it in there, but I will state later on in the other videos or maybe in my live stream after it's viral, I will say that I did watch it. I'll let you know right now. I watched a short video yesterday on YouTube about Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef, and OMG, did I come up with a skit off of the skit that I was watching. Not exact by any means, but it is a play off of that skit. It's like the to be continued. It's like what happens next. This is so cool. I can't find the skit anymore, or I'd remix and collab with the guy, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do my own thing off of what I just said I watched the other day. Right? I was influenced by somebody else's short video on YouTube. Now I'm going to make my own. Not my own version of what they did, a to be continued part 2 of it. All right? But I want to say that because creativity is one thing, but getting an idea off of somebody else's back and not even giving any credit whatsoever, saying, oh no, I'm a comedic genius, I came up with it. No, I'm using somebody else's bit slightly and transforming it into hash info comedy, okay? It's gonna be hilarious. I don't look anything like the guy. I'm not doing things that guy was doing and costumes and makeup that guy was doing. I'm just gonna straight up do it, and I know it's gonna be good because I see it. I see the hilarity, the irony in the Kendrick Lamar and the Drake beef, and I'm gonna bring that to light. I see what's funny about the whole thing. I'm gonna pinpoint that and showcase it. Watch and see. Let's go. We made some toasted tomato sandwiches. I was thinking about food to eat this week that are cost effective. I came up with 2. La French onion soup and lentil soup. So 2 soups. I would like to make a minestrone soup on the weekend, tomato based with the wife. My wife's a very excellent. And then a bean and barley soup. So a few different soups coming your way. We're going to try and limit the salt intake, use more herbs, limit oil, and cook all natural as best we can with as many fruits and vegetables as we can this weekend. We're going to eliminate some of the toxins in our body, and we're going to have a nice stress-free weekend. Apparently it's a long weekend. I didn't know, don't care, don't follow these little weekend things. Just trying to get through right now and just trying to be, okay? And it's harder than it sounds, I'll tell you that. Not in a... I love life. There's nothing wrong with life. It's the world is tough, okay? And if you got something going in your life, well, it's something I want to say, but I'm not saying it. I feel like there are things around us that can kind of control our emotions. I'm going to say that and leave it there, but you've got to look into what is around us and how much vibration and frequency you are letting into your life. Is it too much? Guaranteed the answer is yes. All right? If you live in the country far away from nothing and you don't own a cell phone and you're just barely looking at internet at your buddy's cabin right now off of whatever, some loose, short, internet, signal that's tiny and small and hardly there at all. And when you leave, you're going to be 40 miles from that signal. That's okay. But there's very few people like that, right? We always mock the people who live in the country, live in a cabin, live in a hut, whatever it is. We do. We mock them and think that they're less technologically savvy. What happens when they just outlive you? Straight up outlive you because you don't have things growing on you that come from this frequency or this radiation, right? As opposed to them living in the bush or in the wild, they outlive you tenfold, right? So, I mean, you can be as tech savvy as you want. At what cost to you and your being, right? Rastafari. Now, back to the toasted tomato sandwich. Super tasty, bro. Total cost, I'm doing the math here, bear with me. 30 cents worth of bread, call it 33 cents worth of bread. 2 tomatoes, the aromas, it was like 10 in there. It was $3.50 for that. going to say 35, 70 cents. We're up to $1.05. There's a little smear of plant-based butter. We're going to call it a $1.20. All in, taxes include them. And I don't know if there are taxes, but there's environmental fee probably on the margarine container. So that is a tax. So what you have is $1.20 for breakfast. I did have a protein shake. I don't measure the protein shake. It's the whole jug is $50, and you get whatever you get out of it. You can take half a scoop a day. You can take 3 scoops a day. It's how you scoop, right? It's you and your body. You decide what else you put in your body, how much you got to supplement, and push off to the side, or what are you doing that you want to build more of, right? You do you. For me, $600 for a year's supply is a fair price. I would say I don't even use that much. Plus my wife gets, so divide that by 2. So about $350 we spend on supplements. Without the vitamin. The vitamins are another $50 a year. Yeah. Oh, like 20 cents a day in vitamins or something like that. 10 cents a day, whatever it is. I don't care. Small peanuts. Blow your nose with it. That's how. But it keeps you healthy, right? Do you do that? Also, people that take protein shakes, eat healthy, vitamins, they're not. I can't use that word, but they would never think of harming themselves. Let's just say that, right? People who are not doing these things are, down on their luck, they're eating wrong, not that is the exact characteristic. Okay, always remember this, and this stuff is looked at carefully, fine-tooth comb, especially with certain people that have stated certain things and have there's a lot of stuff you're going to find out in the next couple of years, but it takes time to tell a good story. It really does. I come from a land that is very dangerous. I don't know where you're from, but nobody talks here because everyone's scared, right? Nobody says anything because everybody's scared. And you might be able to relate, maybe not. There's countries where people speak up all the time and have no problem. But there's countries where they do, and they have mega problems. I'm from one of those places. And it breaks my heart. It does. It breaks my heart because we are kept down. And the majority of people, they kind of know it, but they don't even want to think about it because it would break their heart, right? But I refuse to live in denial or in illusions of grandeur. I know, I see. They limit the travel, they limit where you can go, what you can see, what you can do, who you can meet. It's an interesting world that I live in. The year was 1992. And the topic was Agenda 21. And there were very, very powerful people in the States that were talking about, in government, that were talking about Agenda 21 and how 45% of forests in America need to be zoned not for people. And there were buffer zones outside of those zones, again, not for people. You got to go look up Agenda 21. It'll blow your mind. And Nancy Pelosi is giving the speech back then. This is 92. Do you know who Nancy Pelosi is now? 32 years later? She is very, very, her and her husband are very, 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 very rich. Very, very rich. Look it up. I'll see you next time. Hashman.